Welcome to PenTellectual Conversations. You've just stepped into a space where the mind meets the soul. A place where poetry and conversation collab to form a silky, smooth vibe that flows like smooth jazz. Dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy. So pour your favorite drink, light one up if that's your rhythm, and let the world outside melt away. So sit back, relax, and let's get into tonight's hot topic.
What's good? What's good? What's good, people? Welcome to another edition of PenTellectual Conversations, where dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy always resides. I'm your host, Paul Cram the Poet, and tonight's conversation is a special one because we're talking about a community that played a major role in my journey as a poet, a host, and a creative, an extended part of my family, Epiphany Radio. For those of you who may not know, there was a point in time where Epiphany Radio ruled the internet radio airwaves. No matter what day of the week it was, you could tune in and find the show 7 days a week. There was an opportunity to hear poetry, share poetry, connect with artists, have meaningful conversations, and become part of something bigger than yourself. It wasn't just a place to perform. It was a place to learn and grow and build relationships. A place where artists can find their voice and be surrounded by people who understood the power of words.
Okay, so apparently he kicked himself out. Give him a second. He'll be back in. Yeah.
Don't know what happened just then, but I don't know what happened just then, but it's all good. We are back in effect. But like I was saying, for many of us, Epiphany Radio became a family. As a matter of fact, a lot of what you see today with PenTellectual Conversations was inspired by experiences I had as part of the Epiphany Radio family. Watching hosts create spaces for artists, watching conversations bring people together, watching creativity build communities. Those experiences is what planted the seeds that would later grow into the many things that I'm blessed to be doing today. So if you've ever been part of the Epiphany family, if you've ever called in, performed a piece, listened to a show, built friendships, tonight is for you. Tonight, I want to introduce y'all to a part of my family that I chose, not the family that I was born into. So everybody, please help me welcome members of the Epiphany Radio. Where we at?
Hey, everybody.
What's good, family?
Hey, this is the family up in here.
Man, it's been a while since we were all in the same space, man. Besides the chat.
I know, right?
We cut up in the chat, but it's been
We got to fix that. We got to fix that.
We do. Epiphany Radio got to get back. Oh, man. So right now we're going to take a moment and have everybody introduce themselves and tell everybody what show you hosted on Epiphany Radio. We're going to start with the lovely La Perla Negra.
Right, y'all gonna have to excuse the background noise. My neighbor's got a little one and she's having a ball right now. How y'all doing? Hello, world. I see you, Red. I see you, Sage. I see everybody. We are all members of Epiphany Radio. I am also an OG from Drip Fam. I love it. I love it here. What do I tell you? Goodness. I just got home from 6 months of physical rehab from a back injury, and I'm so glad to be from behind them white walls. Y'all don't know. It's real crazy people up in there. That is the motivator to get your ass up out of there. I promise you. Okay. I crochet. Pretty much that's basically what I do now because I'm home. I'm not 100% better, but I'm much better. And anything you want to find out about me, you can find me on Facebook as Danielle Cheney. You can find me on Instagram as I'll Brighten Your Day 69. And you can hit me up in Messenger or hit me up on my inbox on Instagram. You'll find me on TikTok once in a blue, but I wouldn't suggest it. And I love everybody, and that's about it. On to the next.
Tell us a little bit about the show that you hosted or the show that you was a part of.
Oh boy, okay. So when I was brought in and they tested me and they liked me. Can y'all still hear me? I was started out with my diva, Mrs. VIP. Back then she was Miss VIP. But she went and got hitched on me, so now she's Mrs. VIP. We started out with the Love Zone. Okay, and I was brought in as a co-host on that. Then we switched over at the advice of Poetic, another family member in Epiphany, to turn it into, what was it? The erotic love zone. And the title speaks for itself. I also was able to start a show of my own called, that might get loud, y'all. Oh God, Poetic Therapy. Also joined in with another one of our family members. Oh God. Good music though. Called King and Queen's Quarter. Goodness, I've helped host so many different shows. I'm kind of wait a minute. My light-skinned diva up there in the corner. What was it? Divas what now?
Queen's Right.
Queen's Right. There you go. So I have spent quite a bit of time being a co-host and a host on Epiphany Radio. And like I said, I love everybody, man. It's a great experience. And I was brought into this fold, encompassed in love by everybody. So Pastor Paulie also had me co-hosting once or twice on the Inspiration Factory, which is another show. We also had King Drip here. He had quite a few shows on Epiphany Radio. We got the
Iron Man.
Yeah. We got the Drip, which is Honey Drippers. We got what was the other joint? The Fly Speak, and what was the other one?
War Council.
War Council. Let me tell you, Epiphany Radio got it on lock. We had the most popular and pretty famous show on Blog Talk. We had the most views, the most requests. So yeah, that's all I can remember. Y'all messing with my brain now, okay? I'm an older lady now.
Wait, and we was doing the Reddit stuff before everybody else was doing the Reddit stuff.
All that, okay. Right. And we still can get some merch over here from King Drip. I'm hoping. Yeah, pick up your merch.
Yeah, he ain't gonna miss no dollars. So yeah, he on it.
Okay. Now, right. Wait a minute. P-Dot, you still got merch out there for PenTellectual Conversation? You still got something out there too?
Oh yeah, we're gonna discuss that a little bit later on the for the commercial part, but we got merch, man. All you gotta do is hit Yoshi up. We got t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, all of that. So yeah, we on it.
All right, that's what's up.
All right, now so we're gonna move on. I'm sorry, to Miss Lisa. Hold on, I gotta say it the way I normally say it. Hey, Miss Lips.
Oh God.
Hey, Puppy.
Lord, y'all too.
I gotta be careful now, though, man. I met her husband, and you could tell the look in his eyes that man had killed behind her. So you gotta...
He do got a long stare though. He do got a long
Right,
stare.
bro.
He be like, oh, you're Mojave. I was like, yeah.
So introduce yourself and let us know the show that you was hosting.
Yeah. Well, I came in as a call-in just like everybody else and fell in love with the place. And then La Perla Negra brought me in as a fill-in when Mrs. VIP needed some time on the Love Zone. And then when Ms. VIP came back, they kept me on as Spinderella playing music. And then I was offered an opportunity to do my own thing. So I was doing the Inkwell every other Friday night. So yeah, that was the place where you could just come in, drop whatever you wanted to drop, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about what made you write that piece. So yeah, those are my spaces on Epiphany. Also, I've got everything stuck down there at the bottom. I'm LL Cool Lips on Instagram and Lisa Lips on Facebook. So you can find me in both of those spots. And drop me a line if you need to get up with me for whatever. I also too have been doing more written work since Epiphany is not up and running. So I am one of the writers for Pulse Poetry Magazine, 2 years running now. And I was just included in the Alabama Poetry Anthology this year. The book is out on the platform. It will be delivered soon.
Congratulations.
So,
Oh, we already started with the shenanigans, I see.
yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Divine Inspiration, a.k.a. Pastor Paulie. Hey, y'all, listen, before we get into talking to Pastor Paulie, I'm going to let y'all know something. And this is just my personal opinion of this man. I love this man. Like, this is just an all-around good brother. But do not let him praying fool you. That man will put his hands on you, and he do not have a problem with it.
Don't tell my secrets.
If he say he gonna lay hands on you, you better hope he's in a praying mood, because if he not, he means something different. All right, Divine Inspiration, please introduce yourself and tell everybody about your show.
Well, hello. As you know, I am Paul Sampson, also known as Divine Inspiration, and I've been dubbed with another name of Pastor Paulie and Pastor Slinky. The Slinky part, it took me a minute. Yeah. We know who did that one. Let me tell you, he came on my show with the Pastor Slinky, and I didn't want to address it then, but it bothered me. It was in my Pastor Slinky. I'm thinking, what the heck? So the next week, I had to ask him about it. And he told me, yeah, well, we saw the video you had on Facebook doing them backflips, and you look like a slinky. I said, shoot, sigh of relief. But
it's stuck.
I am the host and have been the host of the Inspiration Factory, which was the flagship program for Epiphany Radio that I was just so honored that for real offered to me. All right, product, cut it out. Excuse me, my dog's out here with me and she's acting a fool with a stick. And if you don't get away from my plants. But anyway, I'm sorry. He offered that platform to me and I was just like flabbergasted because I had just started doing the online poetry thing. But he reeled me in and got me set up with the show, told me it's your baby. I'm not going to do nothing with you. He was on 2 shows with me just to let me get familiar with it. And it was on and popping for there. It was 9 years running until Epiphany shut down. I wanted my 10-year anniversary, but they didn't give it to me. But I was blessed to be there with everybody up on this stage has made their appearances. And we just did poetic praise. And we talked about some things, but we just honored God, praised God through the gift that he gave each one of us. You know, we all got different parts to us, But there's one part of us that we have to give back to him. And that's what the Inspiration Factory was about. And I'm still just blown away that I was a part of that platform and a part of this Epiphany family, because it is a family. There's not one person on this stage or off the stage that's in the Epiphany group that won't rise to the occasion if need be. And that's why I can truly say Epiphany is a family unit. And with that, I'm going to land my plane.
Miss VIP, the voice. I don't care what she's talking about. This woman could be reading you the phone book and make you want to do something. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your show.
Well, everybody, it's been a minute, and I'm glad to see everybody, all of you. As said, I'm Mrs. VIP. I started in Epiphany in, I do believe, 2018, and I had a solo show called Express Your Vibe, which led into the Love Zone with my diva, La Pearl Nera. And then, of course, as she said, it switched. And then we did one more switch. We're in Divas Talk, along with Ms. Lips and my diva. And we have a great time. And thank God Ms. Lips is doing the music, because no one liked my music. It's too old, way too old. I'm an oldies woman. But anyway, you can find me on Facebook. I don't do anything. I haven't written in so long, and it feels so good to be back. So it is. Back to you.
And you already know this man right here really don't need no introduction. We all know who he is, but I'm going to let him introduce himself, and please explain the show that you are a part of with Epiphany Radio.
Well, number one, I would just like to say for the record that Van Metal shanghaied me into Epiphany. He shanghaied me straight up. He offered me to come and do a guest host spot, and then he just kept adding spots. He just kept adding spots till he got me. And then I would like to say that out of Epiphany, I am the person who has the most beef. Followed secondly by Mr. Metaphoria. He's the second. But I've had people quit the show because of me. I apologize, everybody, but I'm not sorry.
Man, petty, bro.
Not sorry. But more importantly, I really have to thank For Real the Poet, because when I agreed to do it, he told me that I can absolutely be me, and whatever I do belongs to me, and anything that I do forth, like he's like, be yourself, be free, whatever you want to do, you can do it. And that led to me to almost having 5 years straight of not missing a show. And so that's how I became known as the Iron Man. Even in the worst situations, I still did my show. Did I fall asleep with a couple of them? Yes.
Certainly.
Yes.
And he snores.
On air.
Oh yeah, he good for that.
I do snore. But this is my family. This is what it's all about. So it led to me doing guest hosting on multiple shows. My cousin J. Rob, who this is actually, Epiphany is responsible for so many things. I found my cousin, my blood cousin J. Rob, because of Epiphany, and literally, like, it gave so much. It was the first birthplace and home for the Honey Drippers. Some people, OG, know exactly when we started, and we came through. We built it up, and it just kept growing and growing and growing and growing, and it just became something that was a thing that we looked to. War Council, probably the best talk show, next to doing Date Night Differently with Rand, but we had more people. We had more people. We talked about different things, but War Council was super dope. Of course, Fly Speak Open Mic, and then the Honey Dripper joint that we did, which literally top secret. Most of the people that I brought on there is because I wanted to be a part of the drip. Secret Squirrel.
Recruiting tactics and shit.
Recruiting tactics. Epiphany gave a lot to me. But I, in turn, also became the ringleader because the first time we got to Philly, I made sure the Epiphany, we all got together and we all did that. It was like the ringleader for putting that together. And I can say that Arthur Larry Maddox believed in me. He believed in me so much that other stations tried to pick me off and gave me jobs to actually take. And I refused to leave Epiphany because that was my family. And they were like going to do all these different things with me, but I was like, I couldn't leave them, and in turn, y'all never left me. So I'm always thankful for all my Epiphany family, because out of everybody else on the face of the planet, like, next to the drip, I was like, they believed in me, they rock with me, they roll with me, and they've always been there, no matter what. From sending cards to talking to Pastor Slacker, whenever I see any one of y'all, I always feel at home. You know what I'm saying? And it immediately got me back. It got me back to Cram, because Cram came back in and we just grew. And it's amazing to see how much we have evolved as a unit per se, and to see how much stuff we actually sit there and got done through these radio shows. We touched a lot of people. We had a lot of conversations. People really brought us real problems for us to solve. People really sat there. Some of the most fun that I've had was being on the Love Zone. That was like some of the best there was. He coming there because they were coming there, and no, people didn't like VIP's music because she was doing the Fogey Stokey thing. But we got to it. We got to it. Lips had you. Lips had you. She covered you, right? And
Okay.
so, but more importantly, it's us. It's fam, and of course, then I rename everything, so it became Epiphany Radio Universe. I'm like, yeah, what you gonna call it? I'm gonna call Epiphany Radio Universe. Watch everybody do it. And then Van started saying it, everybody else started saying it. We all got our little nicknames and things that we saw, but we fight as a family, we argue as a family, but we stay family, no matter where we are. And that's the best thing about Epiphany. And no matter how many shows that I hosted, once I was doing like 3 shows a week. I was doing like 3 shows a week. It's crazy, but I was into it. I was really into it. And it helped me to meet so many of y'all and be close to you, So Epiphany's right next to my heart. It's family. That's how we are. And that's how we rock.
Oh man, Epiphany Radio. I started off like Lisa Lips. I started off just calling in, and I ended up getting asked about a show from Van. Who when we go in the chat, Van and Larry Maddox, we need to get on their ass because they should have been here. So
that part.
But Van gave me an opportunity for a show called Cram Sessions. It started off with Cram Sessions, and after Cram Sessions, I tried to make it a little bit more grown and sexy, and had the spoken word. I had La Perla Negra doing my intro. It was really, really, really dope. But yeah, Epiphany became a family like so quick. It was all the love and everything was so genuine in the group. And so although we're not on Blog Talk right now, everybody please be on the lookout because Epiphany's not dead. I promise you, we coming. It's gonna be one. All right. So I'm gonna ask one more quick question before we get into the real reason why everybody's here. And I'm going to ask this question. Matter of fact, this is going to be for Pastor Paulie, Divine Inspiration. What was your biggest moment as a host?
Wow. Truthfully speaking, I think that might have been the show that I invited Amelia T. Davis before I knew that she had been ostracized from the Epiphany group. And then in the background, somebody texted me and said, we ain't messing with her no more. And I had one of them retro moments because it was too late because she was on and I'm fabulous was live and
Get it.
But that might have been it. Um,
I remember
I think that might have been it.
shit.
And the craziest thing is, she looks at me as her spiritual mentor, and she still hits me up and gives me these 2-hour diatribes about doing the same dumb stuff over and over again. And I told her, I don't want to hear it because you're not changing anything. So for as long as you allow these things to happen to you and you continue on them paths, you're going to get these things. And I'm tired of hearing it. But I'm still avail myself for her. But yeah, I think that might have been the moment.
For me, thinking it back, like now this moment I'm about to bring up for your show, it wasn't an uh-oh moment, but it made me nervous. So you invited one of the funniest people that I know of to be a guest host on your show. And you told this man that he could not curse. And I was so scared that Mr. Metaphoria, aka David Mike, was gonna get on this show and forget. Get the cussing on the Sunday church.
And anybody that knows David Mott could understand why he said that. But as you see, he's got another side to him. And I tell him he's one of the he's a fake. He put on that rough, gruff exterior, but deep inside he's a very compassionate, very loving, caring person. And I'll never repeat that again. So y'all better hold on to the recordings of this, because I'll never say that about
recorded.
David Mott again.
It's definitely recorded. I'm gonna make sure we hear it too. All right. So it is that time for us to get to the reason why we are here, and that is some poetry. So we got the order already in the chat. So without further ado, Ms. VIP, the stage is gonna be yours. The rest of us will disappear. Ms. VIP.
This piece is called You Can't Go Home Again. Reminiscing about the past can take you where you need not be. You can't go home again. You can go back to the neighborhood, but it's no longer home. Everything has changed, other than the ones that still hang on the corner, still there, smoking, drinking, and not working. See, you had to leave before you became a statistic. You had goals and dreams, and coming back to see what is still what was. Failure, no hopes, no dreams. There's nothing more of what it seems. Oh, they still know you, asking how you've been like they really care. And deep down, they're jealous. They have no motivation. And when you tell them what you're doing, they think you better than they are. But it's not your fault. You excelled, leaving them behind. Now they no longer consider you their kind. A piece of you knew this was no longer home. It's where you used to roam. So if you have family there, you can come back to visit. Just don't stay long where you don't live. Home is where your heart is. And each day you have something to give. And home is where love is. It's what you treasure every day. And that's that piece.
This piece is called I Rise or Not. Born in sin, shaped in iniquity. Some may see this as a bad thing, but I see this as being forewarned. So I have a foot up on what's to come. I have a choice to take heed or not when life's season is done. Knowing I have a job to do, one that starts in praise and prayer, utilizing that power at my disposal and rise above or not. Consigning my soul to the fate of the reprobate, cast away to the hellfires, damned and forgot. Along the path to the job I must do are hurdles, diseases, injuries, addictions, and convictions, evictions, stumbles into the enemy's jurisdiction, moments of dreams and hope's constriction, despair's affliction, and I rise or not. The choice is mine and mine alone. Placing my trust and faith in my conditions or rise above it all with the support of God, where righteous elevation has no restriction. Now I pray you hear my words and understand my diction. You have at your disposal an escape, a blessing, a piece of ancient wisdom proven, tried, and true, a promise directly from the mouth of Christ. I will never leave or forsake you. I've shown this to be so by my death and resurrection, paying your sins' price for you. And if it was only you, I gave up my holy, sinless, perfect life. So rise up above your shortcomings. Rise up above all that doesn't bring you joy and give God praise. Rise up to the place where God leads and bless each and every one of your days. In the midst of your pains, doubts, tears, and fears is elevation, edification, and education. If you can cling to the promise and rise or not. Rise to the plateau where you can truly ask, oh, yes, where is thy sting? Rise to the station where God's discernment outshines worldly palm readings and psychics and divination. As for me and my house, we will serve, trust, and place hopes and aspirations in the Lord. I rise to where God and I are of one accord. That multi-layered existence of trial and errors and victories, a place where you shall never be bored. That place where your righteous strength and resilience from God Himself is lovingly poured, or not. Then be prepared for the same fate as Satan and his unholy horde. I made the choice, though not always showing to whom I have submitted. I'm yet rising to the occasion, unbeknownst perchance to you. It is to the one true God in three that my soul is committed. I rise to the cross of Jesus. I rise to the eternal King. I rise to El Shaddai, Lord God Almighty. I rise to Jehovah Rapha, the Lord that heals. I rise to Jehovah Sidkenu, the Lord our righteousness. I rise to El, to Him and Him alone. I rise or not. Divine inspiration.
Speak to me in poetry. Spill your heart in languages of how you truly see me. Let verses flow from the heart of one who loves and cherishes me. This flawed creature with quirky ways, who has never fit into any mold. Tell me how my unicorn ways fit perfectly into your design. Craft soliloquies of how your heart beats to the rhythm only I can hear. And I will return in kind, fluid syllables of how just your presence moves me. Mind moving in metaphors of how my soul flies free just because you're here. So speak to me in poetry. of a lifelong dream made reality, and I will be yours forevermore. I'm Lips. You've just been serviced.
Sudden announcement. Apparently, my daughter's water just broke, so I'm a little discombobulated right now. However, a poem. I love you. I love you for always seeing the best in me, the light I carry, the darkness that haunts me, the bearing of a heavy heart, the lack of get right, to insight, to see and forever be in thought. How you love the rough parts, soothe my cracks and rough edges like a lotion, takes the forbidden pieces and gives them names, takes the bad and sweeten them to taste, to make me being proud of me again. Make me remember the joy in singing with a smile, how to dance with my heart, how you play Isis to my Osiris, my Ossie Davis to your Ruby D, how you can call me a black king on the board that constantly seeks to check me. How making love to you is like making whole, offering lips and warm wet and never letting me forget I am man. How my mind is scattered and you gather my thoughts like smoke to help them precipitate creativity. You love my mind, how your moan makes me feel the utmost of desire to feel the fire betwixt your hips, how lower lips swallow and suck out potential spirit that waits for birth. You remind me to love earth, and all of you that is great and within you, the essence to create a blessed change. You kiss my hands as if they were the only thing holding the world together. You kiss my lips as if they're the only thing holding you together. You grasp me like it was the only thing that you were born to do. But this is why I love you. These are the reasons why I love you, because you remind me of women who love with the whole of themselves, putting soul into each touch, kissing spirit where others speak only words. You give love deeper than a 70s ballad where singing meant that this love was timeless, or giving birth, pushing ancestral memories, crafting through love's sake, how you make it all real, better than feel, because you put the universe on display. So the strength and resolve of a woman, come what may, you carry night and promise on your shoulders like the bridge called your back endures the day. You are God beauty, shaped in earth and clay, an ocean of endless motion at play. How are you the difference between words, between worlds and life and death, the blessing of drawing the essence of breath you give until there's nothing left, just to say that you were here, just to say that we were here. And it's time that someone collected all of the goodness and the phenomenalness that you happen to be, and we love you for all of it. We love you for the we. Poem.
First, let me start off and say, congratulations, you are an almost pop-up have. Okay. This is called In Between Lines of a Blank Page. Between the lines of a blank page, I described the disappointments that dug like thorns under my skin. Because my hopes they got up were frail from too many expectations. The box I was emotionally manipulated to put my wings in. Excuse me, y'all. Okay. Because they knew that if I ever took flight, their castle would crumble. So they always told me that my light was too much. Their internal prayers praying that I would suffer an unhealable broken from the fall. After they knocked me down like a pile of bricks and just walked off. But I always get up because I was made of a different strength of light. In reality, I knew it was a cage built by those feared my freedom. So I decided, no more invisible chains disguised as affection. No more deafening silences that suffocate me. No more accepting less than I know that I deserve. That poisonous cycle is broken. Although brutality and love are seeds sprouted from the same soil, A seed cannot grow with rotten roots. So nothing is a coincidence, and balance comes with force. Because the universe doesn't misplace or forget or betray. It damn sure doesn't work in chaos. It works in synchronicity. And I was made of a different strength of light. That's that peace.
My best self wrote me a letter that didn't come in a regular envelope. It came more of a recall notice. Slipped under the door of my rib cage, and in bold red font, it read urgent. And I didn't get it because I was defective. I got it because I had been operating outside manufacturer's intent, running premium software on hardware of old, outdated systems. The letter started like this. Dear Paul Cram, we've been watching you push premium parts through discount expectations, letting clearance opinions price check custom-built confidence. You've been letting folks drive you like a rental with mileage unlimited and an emotional deductible that always falls on you. Then you act shocked when they don't bring you back on full or respect what wasn't theirs by leaving trash on the floor. You weren't built to be borrowed. You are a custom design, hand-stitched so no assembly line could ever memorize your blueprint. No barcode could summarize your value, limited edition patience, a spine reinforced with overtime faith, and a warranty nobody bothered to read. And you have the audacity to call it wear and tear when really it's misuse. People yanking on levers they were never trained to touch, confusing access with entitlement and calling it loyalty. That's not love, Paul Cram. That's somebody studying your features while ignoring all the warning labels, treating your emotions like a free trial with no long-term investment. My best self, they underlined that part. The notice continued with, stop letting people hit your emergency brake just because they don't know how to drive growth, or panic when the road curves upward and elevations start asking questions their comfort can't answer. You ain't too much. You're just high capacity in a world trained on minimum requirements, where folks fear potential because it exposes their own maintenance issues. You come with torque, range, a voice that rattles loose screws in rooms held together by silence and paperclip confidence. Of course they told you to dim your headlights. Nobody likes looking at you just to be reminded that they settled for stock when upgrades were available, but discipline was optional. You keep calling rest a luxury when it's maintenance required. You act like exhaustion is a badge instead of a blinking dashboard light you keep taping over with ambition. Burnout ain't proof of hustle. It's just the smoke detector doing its job, so stop calling survival a personality trait. You weren't born to be resilient. You were born to be fulfilled. Resilience just clocked in because nobody protected your operating hours. You don't need to earn softness. You already paid for it every time you stayed when leaving was smarter. Every time you love folks who treated your heart like something easily replaced, that's when you stayed. My best self circled the next line twice. It said, you don't need fixing. You need an alignment. Because even a perfectly built machine will tear itself apart trying to perform inside systems that only profit from its exhaustion. You keep asking, why do I feel off? But you're really not off. You're just out of purpose, burning premium fuel, trying to reach destinations that never ordered your parts. And then the letter ended like this. Effective immediately. You need to return yourself to yourself. No more unauthorized users. No more explaining your worth to people who only read price tags and skip the craftsmanship section. Operate at full integrity. Honor the warranty that we call boundaries. And if anybody asks why you changed, tell them that you didn't change. You just finally stopped letting unqualified hands write your maintenance history. All right. So that is the end of round one here at PenTellectual Conversations featuring Epiphany Radio. And I'm having a great time right now. So this is the moment where we get ready to go pay some bills and get into some music. So let's get it started. Of course, you already know where our grounded sponsors are. Me, and we got Yoshi with Nice. We got Walking Erotica with Desi Beats and Ebony the Goddess with TNT Business Consulting. Right now, Ebony the Goddess, right now, everybody, I need y'all to send love and support to PenTellectual's own Ebony the Goddess. She is at Soul Fried right now, getting ready to cut up. All right, next, let's see what we got going in the world of poetry. All things PenTellectual. You already know what it is. If you would like to join us on Facebook or Instagram, this is our name right here. If you want to sponsor an episode or multiple episodes, please hit up that email or contact me, Yoshi, directly. Or you can hit this link tree at the bottom or that QR code if you would like to be a guest or have some music promoted here at PenTellectual Conversations. Also, there's our Cash App, because this show is more than just a show. It is a movement, and movements need to be financed. So there is no donation that is too big or too small. We accept all of them with nothing but love. Next, we got, you already know what this is. The party starts on Tuesday and it carries over into Wednesday at Poppy's Poetry Corner with one of the livest hosts, Keynotes, aka Poppy. You know what it is. And this one, she's presenting the Kings. So it's gonna go down, man. Y'all make sure you tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube. Next, we got the I Love Poetry Juneteenth weekend, and it will be featuring one of our favorite people on the planet, the eighth wonder of the world, Miss Rare Epiphany. You don't want to miss this show, man. It will be the 20th of June from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Please contact Rare for all ticket information. I promise you she got it. Make sure y'all get out there, man. Hosted by Free Will. Now, this right here, man, my homie's having his birthday bash, Souls Ink Pen's birthday bash, lyricists and lowriders, July 25th, 2026, hosted by Epiphany's own Mr. Metaphoria. And it will be featuring some artists, man, like I'm going to be there, Mac Wood's going to be there, Mystic's going to be there. It's going to be an amazing event, but it's featuring none other than Exquisite Ink herself. Sage will be in the building as the feature. So you need some more information, man, that's not on the flyer, please hit up Souls Ink Pen. This is going to be from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. July 25th, 2026 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, we also have BPC Poetry Fest 2026. That's going to be in Atlanta. One night only, October 15th, 2026. Hosted by my brother Aziz, the pulmonologist, and his lovely wife Subliminal. And it will be featuring PenTellectual's own Ebony the Goddess, along with other amazing artists. So make sure y'all get out there. This will be the Wyndham Garden Atlanta Airport in Atlanta, Georgia, October 15th. See you there. All right. So now it is time for the Soundbite Artist of the Week. And we have an artist that we've played her music before. We've also interviewed her. She's an amazing, amazing artist. And I absolutely love this song. So here we go with Ansharia with Ain't Got Time. Let's get it.
The beginning and no end, and middle ground till spin. We're moving. Trust in the universe, you say. Don't you let nothing stand in the way. We're winning. Ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised. Why not live today? We're breathing. Crisscrossing Now what to do? We're cruising, lampshade against moonlight, offset the dark from night. We're gleaming, ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised, why not live today? We're breathing, prude clicks and passers-by can't dream life beyond the skies. They're losing, soft lips behind the lies, hate resting in their eyes. They're scheming, ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised, why not live today? We're breathing, ain't got time for yesterday. We're steady keeping the faith. Tomorrow is not promised, why not live today? We're breathing. Hey, hear me gay, ba-da-da, ocean. Sweet, do-dee-dee, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-ba-doo-ba. Yeah, hear me gay, ba-da-da, ocean.
All right, that was Sharia with Ain't Got Time. So I'm getting ready to ask a couple questions, and then we're going to jump right into this poetry, man. So let's bring everybody back on stage really quick. I don't know how to push the buttons. So I have a question for the entire panel that I would like everybody to answer, like a quick little answer. What do you miss most about being on Epiphany? Let's start with La Perla Negra and just go in a circle.
What I miss most? Because we don't really get a chance to converse with one another as often as we did when we were on Blog Talk on the radio. That's pretty much it. I love the hosting thing, but it's just the camaraderie and it was almost a daily video chat that we had. Now we have them once in a while, but that's pretty much it, you know? And having my pen pushed by every last one of you.
Lisa Lips.
I agree. I agree fully. You know, being on every night, something going on, even if it wasn't your show, you were on just to be a part of what was going on out amongst Epiphany, and hearing everybody spit their pieces, hearing the folks that called in and the things that they brought to the shows, and you know, just that constant push of the pen, you know, because you'll hear something that'll just spark you to want to write something else or want to continue a thought that you heard somebody bring up, you know, and then for me, it was always the folks that, like Ford, who could come in and have nothing written down and spit a whole piece, and I would be in awe. And my mind says I could do that, but when I step to the mic, my nerves get bad, and then I can't do it. But yeah, I miss that.
Divine inspiration.
I think what I really miss is the powerful variety that we represent. as everybody has said, every night of the week there was something that we presented, but there was something that would elevate, educate, or just inspire somebody. Um, there was a lot of wisdom passed on a weekly basis through Epiphany, and I think that's really what I miss because I bounced in on everybody's show and I learned something. I felt something. I was grown by something that I heard and experienced on one of the platforms. And but that's just temporarily. Like on the what is that? The Poltergeist show. I'm back because we will be back doing what we do.
No doubt, no doubt. Mrs. I got to get used to that. Mrs. VIP. What do you miss most, beautiful?
Oh wow. I concur with all that was said. And I just miss us. It's nothing like getting together and doing a group chat every other day or someone but dialing in the middle of the night, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but knowing everybody will answer. You know what I'm saying? We were always there for each other. And that's exactly what I miss. So I can't wait until we're all back together doing our shows because I know it's coming.
It's definitely coming. Harvey, aka Iron Man. What do you miss most?
I miss getting locked out the studio. I miss getting locked out the studio. I'm not gonna act like because it taught us valuable. It was very valuable lessons that we learned. Like first of all, you had to learn how to program the studio, and then
Right.
get locked out the studio. So then what we had to do collectively, we had to go help each other out. We say, no, you try it. No, we like it's like life cereal. No, Mikey, hey Mikey, you like it. Yo, you try it. No, I'm gonna try it. And we go back and forth, and we be in there. We had people racing shows. We don't know who did that. Somebody was racing shows. We had mysteries going on, Scooby Doo mysteries. But the cool thing about it is that it's the way that we all helped each other. And so if there was something that was going on, that's how we did it. And we fight with the Blog Talk Lady. Like we all got Blog Talk Lady stories. With a Blog Talk Lady tell us what one thing and do something different. Everything that was going on, but that was like much later. But in between, like I remember I couldn't program a thing, and then we started fighting over who's gonna have space for the music. Remember that? Then we had the space for your music.
Yes.
The most space. And then be like, you need to erase about 30 of your tracks, right? We got all the different things.
I used to just use y'all stuff. I used to just go through whoever had me. I just picked the music y'all had already. I didn't care.
Listen, that's how it was, And then for real had like 8,000 promos, and you trying to find the right one. trying to find the right promo. And be like, that's not it. That's not it. That's not the promo. You gotta do this, but what I did enjoy is that besides being like a studio, is us bringing our own particular flavors, being able to share music, being able to break music on the program and playing in between poets, and really doing a lot of different things surrounding it. Like it really helped the growth of all of us, to come together and do things and bring up music and like that was like a thing, like and it's funny because Van and them for the Get Down, they was always trying to like have like classic hip hop and trying to do all this other stuff. And I was like, I don't care about all that. I'm gonna load these tracks so I can do this poetry. I don't care about all that. Load these tracks. Poetry. I'm doing.
It was always your fault, Hob.
I was always getting blamed for something, but like, yeah, it's your fault. I was like so how I get blamed for this? People quitting. That's your fault, Mojave. How am I getting blamed for this?
All right, so I have one more question before we get into the poetry, and this is a one-word answer. When you hear Epiphany Radio family, what do you think? Let's start with Javi and go backwards.
I think one word,
One word.
phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
Mrs. VIP,
Family.
divine inspiration.
Camaraderie.
Mm. Miss Lips,
Safety.
La Perla Negra.
Love.
All right. So let's go and get back into this poetry so we can get up on out of here pretty soon. You already know the order. Miss VIP, Mrs. VIP, the mic is yours.
Thank you. I still cannot believe that 47 is still the commander in chief. He's a fraud and a liar. He encourages hate and it gives many grief. When Obama made it in, it was yes, we can. He was the man. Our first lady was active, encouraging everyone to move. And she even danced on stage. She was smooth. The world was nice, most eschewing hate while watching President Obama's hair turn from black to gray. Being president was stressful every day. Then Biden got in and things got shaky. He was good to a point, then his health seemed to decline, and Trump was plotting to get back in. Again, hatred was showing its ugly head, and the world was awash anew with sin. Who is this entity that he could grab a woman's privates or shoot someone and get off scot-free? Have 34 crimes and not be in a prison cell? What could this man have over so many that no one has the nerve to impeach him? There's a special place for him in hell. Now, I don't want to say karma is coming because God will take care of him one way or the other. So many people in this world agree with him. But we are the remnant who remain faithful. A change will come. Maybe we'll live to see it. Unfortunately, 47 is the elephant. The White House is a circus, full of it. And I'll still raise my fist in solidarity because I still believe in the dream. Hate and racism remains up to this day and kills those like you and me. And never forget all haters are what they seem. And that's that piece.
Would somebody please explain something to me like I'm a 5-year-old? I mean, I'm stupefied, punch drunk, stuck on stupid, blown away, and believe it or not, at a loss for words. How have we allowed America and Americans to be led and represented by someone completely demented, un-American, unethical, unqualified, and intellectually absurd? We have all failed in maintaining what had feebly represented a vague resemblance of honor. Our facade of equality, our subtle, not so subtle arrogance and bolstering of superiority, he's given all that up to allow a mentally and physically declining, toupee touting, artificially orange, demonic, racist puppet of Satan to be the consciousness of we the people, fulfilling prophecy. He now determines what our trumped up rights will and will not be. Trump has now become our democracy. Our foundation of we the people has been transformed from we to I. Donald Lucifer Beelzebub Trump, with no regard to the we. We, the people, are approaching a woe begotten reality where we, for all intents and purposes, may no longer be. So, back to the initial question at hand. Can you explain any of this to me? No matter your political designation, were you not and are you not a citizen of honesty, righteousness, and truth? Aren't you or were you ever someone who harbors hope in the principles and ideals of this land? If the answer is yes, then how are we tolerating this hate-filled demon parading as a man? How do we bow down to this evil anti-American man? Our priorities so askew that we've allowed the rich 1% to devalue and dismiss and subjugate the working class of this red, white, and blue, feeding off others like vultures, buzzards, and flies and locusts do. Correct. You're not looked at, supported, or even respected by the color of your skin. Your worth, your purpose, your relevance comes from God and the ancestors who still reign inside. Do not let Satan legitimize Agent Orange and allow him to continue his dismantling of America. A satanic ulterior motive he can no longer have. Resist the devil in all your ways. Impeach Donald Satan Trump, in whom all of America's increasing demise does lay. Speak up. Raise your voice and reclaim our America from the United States of Trumpica. Starting today. And while we're at it, let's be sure to allow God to lead the way. Now, while it is questionable and debatable if America was ever truly great, so much of our history is founded upon hate. Despite Donald Trump's attempts to erase her questionable murderous past, we all know what happened back then and what will happen again if this demon's presidency is allowed to last. Impeach and imprison. Then and only then will America's greatness be actually allowed to exist. Demand his immediate impeachment. Let the powers that be know we will take no more of this. Will someone, can anyone explain to me how this nation has sunk this far? If we remove this imp and his minions, we can emerge with only a few battle scars and the very essence of our ancestral genome from whence cometh our abilities to reach the stars. Don't make this end time prophecy as simple as 1, 2, 3. Unless or until you hear from God, and until then, continue spreading the word of God. Continue striving to be who God desires us to be. Pray for strength to command the enemy to flee. Perhaps then we can send a godly history forth for all to see unto eternity. But we won't. So once again, would Or could someone explain this to me? Divine inspiration.
The taste of his skin is scrumptious. Honey brown melanin with the flavor of chocolate sugar cane, with just a hint of salty goodness. He moves my soul. Big brown eyes that penetrate me, and a thick bottom lip cut just right for sucking. He is my whole heart on 2 feet, with a voice that speaks to me in whispered affirmations. He reassures me that I alone hold his heart, and he has loved me through the annals of all time. My warrior, standing fiercely in my corner, always ready to defend my honor, but never interfering with my own strength. He supports me, never smothering, giving me the security to be free. But should I happen to stumble, he's always there, ever present and vigilant to my every need. The kind of man I prayed for. And I am a fortunate woman to have such devotion from one so strong, yet so humble. And he loves my shine, even if no one else sees it. The most precious gift I've ever been blessed with, scrumptiously delicious to my heart, mind, body, and soul. God's perfect gift, and I give thanks for him daily. I'm Lips, you've just been serviced.
Hey, love. Hey, I see you. I was hoping that I could talk to you, tell you some things about us, and hopefully get some clarity about some things that would bother me. I'm just not into games, but it seems we are always playing some games, childhood games, like hide and go seek, duck, duck, goose, red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. You could always evade me or stay until the next player unfreezes you and you're running around in the summer heat or the leaves in the fall, the spring, and the pollen reddening my eyes, making me sneeze. I just wanted you so bad. And I realized my failures all had to do with the way I pursued you. Thought it was a game, didn't know it was a job. I was unemployed, off work. My resume had potholes in my lawn. De La Soul for you, buddy. And it got played out like Kwame and those fucking polka dots. No biggie. Because I was fucking you tonight, sky no limit. And sometimes you were so inconclusive, abusive, you tripped me and I fell down. 6 flights of stairs. But I ain't care. They asked me about the abuse, and I said, you don't know love like I do. I felt what you felt and didn't know what you needed. I conceded many times, willing to accept the smallest pieces of pie or any crumbs left. And when I got to the bottom of the pie tin, there was a mirror. I saw myself. And that is where I decided it was the only place I didn't find you. I didn't have you because I didn't love me. I let me be defined by the love I felt through time and parental acts of love. My grandparents loved till we can't love no more. Many times romantically was the idea of feels and acts of soul broken. I implored me to love me, to heal the inner me, the inner child, connected our dots and let love be spoken across the dimension, ascension into the highest mind. And if I love me, you will come and we will find that this was the first mind. So hey, love, hey. I know who you are today, and I'm willing to walk and meet you halfway, but never half-assed. And if I greet you whole, I love me, so I can love you. So let's take a stroll. Hey, love. Hey. Poem.
Modest Wind. placating the world around me was something I had to find courage to stop. Stop accepting scraps out of fear of ruffling feathers. Just because I didn't believe that I was the best. Recognition of what a beautiful soul I was never came to mind. Because ugliness, jealousy, resentment, and embarrassment was what was projected onto me. I'd only known one side of the street, and the residents gave no positive reinforcement, no constructive criticism, and worst of all, no affection. Not one simple embrace of love. What I hated most was my modest wind would breeze through, making excuses for them, always giving the bare minimum. And peace.
Thank you, Miranda Bailey, for helping me realize the word no is a complete sentence. The hardest part about that realization wasn't saying it to other people. It was saying it to myself because I had a habit of extending time like I had an unlimited supply. Clocking in for people who never paid me in peace, running emotional overtime for relationships that kept calling in sick. I was losing versions of myself trying to keep things alive that were only breathing because the ventilator was still plugged in. I used to think endurance meant love. That if I could just hold on long enough, everything would stabilize. But nobody ever told me that you can't heal in the same environment that's breaking you. So I stayed past the warning signs where I should have admitted something in me wasn't okay. If my life was a hospital, then I was the patient walking around with untreated wounds, smiling like everything was fine while internally I was hemorrhaging. And the crazy part is that I had access to the operating room the whole time. I just didn't want to perform the surgery because that requires separation and I was too attached to what was killing me. So I kept postponing the procedures, kept rescheduling my own healing like my pain wasn't urgent, until one day everything in me flatlined, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, the quiet kind of collapse where you still breathing but you don't feel alive. I don't have a time problem. I realized I have an access problem. I was giving people unlimited entry into a space that was never built to hold that much damage. So I finally scrubbed in. No audience in the gallery, no applause from residents, just me and the parts of my life that needed to be removed. My hands were shaking because some of the things I had to cut away looked like love and felt so familiar, but familiarity doesn't equal safety. I slowly made the incisions, still questioning if I was making the right decision while still holding the blade. But the moment I mentally committed, everything changed. I realized I wasn't being difficult. I was finally healing, started giving something back to me, things like peace and clarity, space to breathe without feeling like I owed somebody an explanation for my existence. My no's don't come from anger or ego. It came from survival because I had already spent too much time trying to keep everything alive except me. And I refused to ever be that type of patient again. So thank you, Miranda Bailey, for helping me realize that the word no is a complete fucking sentence. All right. Whoo, man, this was an exciting show. We're going to bring everybody up real quick so we can say our goodbyes. And also, Miss Lisa Lips has something that she needs to promote real quick. Ain't that right?
Yeah, the book is available. It is Alabama Poetry and Anthology. It's a book of poets who live here in Alabama. Everybody was invited to submit, and they chose who they wanted amongst them. And one of my pieces was chosen. So the book is available for sale. I do not have the link right at the moment. I will look it up and drop it in the chat. But it is my first time being published here in Alabama, and I'm very excited about it. So if you can pick up the book, I ordered mine. It just has not come yet. So I'm excited to get my hands on that hard copy,
No doubt, no doubt. All right, real quick, I want everybody once again to tell people where they can follow you at, your social media handles real quick, and then we can get up out of here. We're going to start with Javi and let everybody know where they can find you on social media, boss.
They can find me at _honeydripper_erotic, and they can also find me at Honey Dripper Digital, as well as my own name, Mojave, and as well as under Javi Ruxpin. But I did have something to promote. Cop my album, The Funk Erotic. It's on Bandcamp. It's $10. Get 7 tracks. Unless you go through me directly, then you get the 2 bonus tracks, and that's on Cash App, Hot Rux, or Ruxware, either or. But check out the album. Prismatic Break has a lot of good stuff. It's a filthy album. Don't play it for your kids. Don't play it for your kids. You can play the love song for your kids. It's funky and erotic. It's very filthy, brilliantly so. But make sure that you check that out. And then don't forget, July 11th, Summertime Fine, Lucid Voices with the Honey Drippers over at the Fuse Box with DJ TJF, the World Breaker. We will be doing some poetry over there. That'll be happening. And also be on the lookout for The Awakened, because I'm going to be dropping at the end of this month. Details to come.
All right. Mrs. VIP, where can everybody follow you on social media, baby?
Well, you can find me under the name Adrienne Dawson, and just under Facebook. I don't do IG, not yet, but that's coming.
Right, all right. Miss Lips.
For me, it is Lisa Lips on Facebook, and on IG it's LL Cool Lips. That name has a story to it, but we'll let that be. But yeah, on IG, LL Cool Lips, and look for me in print somewhere. I'm always around somewhere.
No doubt. La Perla Negra.
Okay, yes, once again, you can find me on Facebook at Danielle Cheney, and you can find me on Instagram at I'll Brighten Your Day 69. That's pretty much it. You can hit me on Messenger at the same name, Danielle Cheney, or you can come to my inbox on Instagram. And that's about it. Back to you, Paul Green.
She said, "Come to her box." I'll come to her box. Okay. And I don't know what happened to Divine Inspiration, but you can follow him on Facebook under Paul Sampson, man. So that's where you can find him on Facebook. So on behalf of PenTellectual Conversations, I want to tell you all, thank you so much for taking the time out to being here with us, spitting that poetry, sharing laughs, and just being y'all, just being family, man. I love y'all. You know that without a shadow of a doubt, man. So we gonna hit y'all up. I love y'all. Now everybody know what time it is. It's time for that old mic drop. All right. Woo, man, that was a fun episode. Before we get into the mic drop, I want to shout out to everybody that we know, love, and support that's traveling, going out there to Soul Fried. Just to name a few, we got Omari, who I call the Wizard. We got Eccentric, man. If y'all don't know her, get to know her. That is a monster. Shy Moonlight, and of course, Ebony the Goddess, and many, many, many more. So please send your love, support to those artists and other artists who are taking the time out to perform at Soul Fried 2026. Okay, so tonight we talked about Epiphany Radio. We talked about memories, friendships, creativity. We did it all. We talked about a community that brought people together through shared love of art. But if tonight reminded us of anything, is that some of the most important relationships we'll ever have are the ones that we never expected to find. the family that we weren't born into, the mentors we didn't know we needed, and friends who showed up as strangers and stayed long enough to become part of your story. Too often we focus on where we're trying to go that we forget to appreciate the people helping us get there. You know, those same people that was encouraging us, supporting us, reminding us that we're capable of more than what we realize. So tonight, I want to leave y'all with this. Cherish your people. Check on your people. Celebrate your people. Because success feels different when you have someone to share it with. And no matter how talented or gifted or independent you may be, none of us were meant to walk this journey alone. So build the relationships, protect the community, make something bigger than yourself. Because at the end of the day, your greatest legacy may not be what you created. It may be the lives you touch while creating it. This is Paul Cram the Poet reminding you that dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy will always reside here at PenTellectual Conversations. And with that being said, we out!
Thank you for vibing with us. We hope tonight's conversation inspired a creative spark in you. So go out and show the world who you really are. And we'll see you next time on PenTellectual Conversations.